Once upon a time, in a small village at the base of a mountain, there lived a young man known by everyone for one thing: his laziness. While the other villagers worked hard in the fields or in workshops, this young man spent his days lying under a tree, sleeping and daydreaming. One day, a wise old monk came to the village. He was calm, kind, and full of wisdom. As he walked through the village asking for food, he noticed the young man always lying under the same tree. After a few days, the monk finally walked up to him and asked gently, "Why do you lie here all day? Why don't you work like the others?" The young man shrugged and replied lazily, "Working is hard. I don't like it. I'd rather rest." The monk smiled and said, "Do you want to be rich one day?" The young man's eyes lit up. "Of course, who doesn't?" The monk then pointed to the mountain and said, "Behind that mountain, there's a cave with a rare and precious diamond. If you find it, you'll be rich forever." The young man's excitement grew, but he frowned. "But that mountain is huge. Climbing it sounds hard." The monk nodded. "If you can't do even that much for your dream, then maybe you don't really want it." He turned to walk away. "Wait!" the young man shouted. "I'll go. Are you really telling the truth?" The monk replied calmly, "Yes, but the cave is not just behind the mountain. It's on the other side. You'll have to climb all the way to the top and go down the other side to reach it." Although nervous, the young man was curious and eager. He had never done anything like this before, but the thought of the diamond gave him energy. So he packed a little food and water and started his journey. The climb was steep and tiring. His legs hurt, he was sweating, and his breath grew short. But a cool breeze blew across his face, and the hope of the diamond kept him going. For the first time in his life, he pushed himself. When he finally reached the top, he was amazed. The view was beautiful, and he felt proud for making it so far. But the journey wasn't over. Now he had to go down the other side of the mountain to find the cave. This part was even harder: slippery rocks, sharp paths, and no easy steps. He slipped and fell more than once, but he didn't give up. He kept going, thinking of the diamond waiting for him. At last, he found the cave. He searched every corner, but there was no diamond. He searched again and again, but nothing. The cave was empty. Tired and disappointed, he sat down. "Why would the monk lie to me?" he thought. "Why send me all this way for nothing?" Worse, he now had to climb all the way back up and return home. For a moment he felt like staying in the cave forever, but he knew he wouldn't survive long without food and shelter. He remembered how proud he felt at the top of the mountain. That memory gave him strength. So even though he was exhausted, he stood up and began the hard climb back. His muscles ached, his breath was heavy, but he pushed himself step by step. After a long struggle, he reached the top again and slowly made his way down to the village. He went straight to the monk, tired and upset. "You lied to me," he said. "There was no diamond." The monk looked at him with a kind smile and said, "But I think you found something even more valuable." The young man frowned. "What are you talking about?" The monk said, "You found the diamond of effort, the treasure of hard work. Before, you were too lazy to do anything. But now, you've climbed a mountain, crossed to the other side, and made it back. You've discovered the power of not giving up." Suddenly the young man understood. He had always been able to do amazing things, but his laziness held him back. Now he saw that real treasure wasn't gold or diamonds, but the strength to keep going. From that day on, the young man changed. He worked hard in the fields, helped others, and felt proud of himself. He had become a new person, not because he found a diamond, but because he found determination. The lesson of the monk's challenge is that laziness is not something to accept or ignore. It is a limitation that must be challenged and overcome. Just like the young man discovered, The path to growth often begins with a single step outside our comfort zone. True progress comes when we dare to face discomfort, endure effort, and continue moving forward even when giving up seems easier. To defeat laziness, we must first set meaningful and challenging goals. Goals that inspire us to act, even when the journey feels long and difficult. By aiming high and staying committed, we unlock a strength within us that we may not have realized existed. This inner strength is built not in moments of ease, but in times of struggle and perseverance. Another crucial step in overcoming laziness is developing discipline. This means sticking to daily habits and routines, even when we lack motivation. Discipline is what keeps us on track when inspiration fades. By creating structure in our day and following through with consistency, we begin to build momentum, which leads to lasting change. Ultimately, laziness is not a permanent trait. It is a mindset that can be changed. But change begins with effort. To transform ourselves, we must be willing to leave behind comfort, face life's mountains, and push forward with courage. Only then do we discover what we are truly capable of.